May I now request our dignitaries, the chief guest and the speaker, Padma Shri Dr. Sharat Kale, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, University of Mumbai, Dr. Naresh Chandra, Director BCUD, Dr. Rajpal Hande, Dr. Kothari, Convener and Head Department of Physics, to please come on the dais. We will begin the program with the university song.
Mandiram Sharadaya Mumbapuri Vishwavidyalayam Idam Sundaram Mandiram Sharadaya Mumbapuri Vishwavidyalayam Kada Shastravani Jashakha Virudha Amudha Vimukta Vihandavayam Shurvantu Mandiram
Thank you. After this melodious and inspirational song, may I now request Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor to welcome our chief guest with a bouquet and a memento. Thank you very much, sir. May I now invite Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor for his opening remarks.
Our esteemed guest, Padma Shri Dr. S.P. Kale, Director BCUD, University of Mumbai, my colleague, Professor Hande, Head of Physics Department, Professor Kothari, all the esteemed colleagues, and my dear student friends. Today, our Honorable Vice Chancellor is in another program. We have two programs simultaneously. One is at B Road, and so it was decided that among ourselves also we should have a plan like that. Myself and Professor Hande should be here, and Honorable Vice Chancellor and Registrar should be in that program. So on behalf of Honorable Vice Chancellor and on behalf of myself and all of you, we extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guests this morning. You will come to know when he talks to you what great work in biodegradation he is doing and his group is working on. I have known him for several years, and I remember we had one seminar, national seminar at Birla College, and he was the keynote speaker a few years before. And all the participants were so inspired. That was, and I'm sure you will witness the same way here. He is associated with several scientific bodies, and formal introduction will be given by our colleague Professor Hande. I would briefly once again tell that this series of lectures is Enlighten Yourself every Saturday. The idea of having this series has been conceived by our Vice Chancellor with a motto that we invite eminent scientists in this series, and they talk to the student fraternity of our university. Some of you will definitely get inspired. I wish every one of you should get inspired. But then I do not know whether all it is possible for you or not. But even if one student gets inspired and works towards the choice field, it will serve its purpose. And he was very rightly, when we were just interacting, he was trying to say, who knows, some one of you tomorrow, 20 years from now or 30 years from now, will be a top scientist of our country. or of the world, or a great entrepreneur. You must be thinking in your mind what you should be 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30. Because manat asतं. I want to be this. I want to work like this. I want to imbibe qualities of such and such great person. Someone you must be having in your mind as a role model. And out of this line, the first lecture of the series was inaugurated by Padma Bhushan, Dr. Mashelkarji. And the series continues. I am sure, I want to request you, my dear student friends, is a golden opportunity. We must listen. For students, for the people in the country, such opportunity may not be available. Is the rarest of rare, the opportunity being made available to our students. And we must take advantage of it fully. And try to ask questions if you have. Try to involve in the lecture fully. And if it makes you, because you are saying that email ID and anyone can talk, because I also would like to tell our esteemed guests that this whole lecture will be on A-View. Last time question was being asked from Chiploon or somewhere. So the many colleges, there are students like, as you are sitting here, they are sitting at different places. And there may be question from different places. So take part in such exercise fully. This is also, person like me believes this is more important for wholesome development of personality of students. And on this note, I want to, because maybe that I am Pro-Vice Chancellor and Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor together, but I use this, I want to place on record this thought process itself of Honorable Vice Chancellor. People may talk that classroom teaching, laboratory practicals, theory and practicals in science it gives you degree, it gives you marks. But real marks is when you excel in your career, in your profession, whatever you ought for. And for that, this initiative of Honorable Vice Chancellor is very greatly appreciated. And I am sure today how much you realize, but maybe you will remember your lifetime if you get inspired, that this was the point which was switch on or change my thought process. And I am moving in that direction. Professor Mashelkar very rightly said, one simple practical by physics professor changed his whole life. What he is today, he in the lecture he dedicated that this lecture, whatever I am today, I dedicate to that teacher of the institution. Now this happens in our lives. So please take advantage of such a situation. And God bless you. And we once again extend warm welcome to our esteemed guests. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your words, sir. May I now request Director BCUD, Dr. Rajpal Hande, to introduce our chief guest.
Today's chief guest and guest speaker, Padma Shri Dr. Sharat Kale, Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. Naresh Chandra, Dr. Kothari, Head of Department of Physics, other professors of the university, members of various authorities of the university, and my dear student friends. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Dr. Sharat Kale, Padma Shri Dr. Sharat Kale, a professor at Homi Bhabha National Institute, an eminent scientist at Bhabha Atomic Research Center. He joined BRC in 1978 through 20th batch of training school. After completing his MSc Microbiology in Pune University, he joined Biology and Agricultural Division of BRC in 1977 and is working for last 35 years in this division. Currently, he is the head pesticide residues and soil sciences section of Nuclear Agriculture and Biotechnology Division and head Technology Transfer and Coordination Division. The main thrust of Dr. Kale's work has been research and development. He is engaged in research on pesticide degradation and environmental pollution. He has 63 publications in international, national journals. He initiated work on solid biodegradable waste processing in 2001. His main interest and what he has developed, what has been called as Nisarga Rune technology for this purpose. This technology offers an effective solution for this purpose. His work on green synthesis of metal nanoparticles is an important contribution and has resulted in development of technology which is now ready for transfer. He has also developed and transferred technologies for water purification using solar technology, solar energy, soil organic carbon detection kit, and inexpensive growth medium for growing trichoderma and other fungal biopesticides. He writes popular sciences articles in Marathi and spreading awareness in the common people. He conducts seminars for the teachers, students, farmers regularly in various parts of the country. Recently, on the 28th of February, on the Science Day, his article appeared in the Maharashtra Times for the common man, and what he mentions as the life and the life in the circle. Today also, in Maharashtra Times, his new series has been started, and every Saturday, series of articles on the scientific basis, and the science should reach to the common man and especially to the students. He has been awarded Padma Shri for his contribution to development of sustainable technology. And I'm happy to mention to all of you, with the permission of Dr. Sharat Kale, while discussing, he has offered to guide all the students of the department and the affiliated colleges if they visit the BRC. And he himself will be there to guide the students, a batch of 60 students. Any college, any department of the University of Mumbai can take the students to the BRC, where whole day program will be organized, and he himself will be coordinating that program. The aim of the program is that the students of the university, he is already doing for the schools and now for the colleges. While discussing with him, his aim is that the science should reach to the common man, especially to the students, and through the students only the innovation will come in the future of this country. So with this, I welcome Padma Shri Dr. Sharat Kale to present his talk today. Thank you very much.
Professor Naresh Chandra has been almost like a mentor to me. Although we had never a formal teacher-student relationship, but we have been taught in our school that whoever comes in your life and who is elderly is your teacher, because you can always learn from him something. So Dr. Hande, Dr. Kothari, I troubled him a lot, because to locate me, to get me on phone is very difficult. I am telling to the younger students, The best way of contacting me is email. I am going to show my email address. There is such a introduction, and sometimes when Sachin Tendulkar comes on to bat, you expect a century. And he gets out on 0, then what the faces will be. And I am always worried about that I have been introduced as you will be glued to your chair, and then after 10 minutes you will start running around. Okay. There is a possibility some of you may find it boring. My only request is that I will give after every half an hour a break of half a minute. I will drink water, and those who want to leave can leave without disturbing others. See, when I was in school, Varsha has been I just remembered I should have started with her. She was responsible for me to bring here the first time, about 2 years back. And then we had a very good interaction with Department of Biotechnology. This year I had some minor health problem, that's why I couldn't call the students. But it was a very nice interaction, last year's student. I hope they remember me. Okay. When I was in school, who was my... I remember all my 68 teachers were there in our Society High School in Ahmednagar. And I remember each teacher with his name and his father's name. When in Marathi, we used to tell somebody asked my name, I told as Sharat Pandurang Kale. That's in Marathi, that's the style. And I remember each and every teacher by first name, his father's name. Such a nice impact they had made on our life, like Dr. Mashelkar was telling. I remember when Dr. Bhava expired on a Friday, and the next day was Saturday. When we came, our principal, Professor Nagarkar, that time we used to call him master. There was nothing like principal. And teachers were called Shikshak. I mean, sir, Guruji manaito janna. Ata lok mula hastat. But it is such a nice thing. We still call them Guruji. And I mean, there's such a beautiful Guru Shishya parampara that rastat kuthei bethle tari ami त्यांना खाली वाकून नमस्कार करतो अजूनही. I mean, we don't have to be told about it. म्हणजे तुम्ही मला करा असं म्हणत नाही. I will be the last person to say that. But see, that's the culture. That's called as inculcation. So when I was, this lecture he was giving, Nagarkar sir, and he explained in such a beautiful manner, त्यांचा शब्द न शब्द आठवतो. I remember each and every word what he told. He told us about who Dr. Bhava was, what was his contribution, what country is going to miss. And that day, that year I was in 7th standard. I decided I will be a scientist in 7th standard. Then when I came to pre-professional, I was extremely, pre-degree I was very good in mathematics. I think I scored highest marks in Pune University that year in mathematics. And Suvarnakar, he was our mathematics teacher in college, Ahmednagar College. He told you should pursue mathematics, your brain is meant for mathematics. I said, no sir, you have come little late in my life. Nagarkar sir was there earlier in my life. And I had decided to be a scientist. Mala Shastrajna व्हायचे. Okay, but don't leave mathematics. So that time there was I took B group, and although I was good in mathematics, I still opted for B group. And I got admission in Indira Gandhi Medical College in Nagpur. I told my father, no, I don't want to go for medicine. I will like to be a scientist. That time, the parents were not interfering like what today people do. He says, okay, whatever is done for you is fine. And that should be actually the spirit. He says, if you are so determined, I have no problem. So I did my BSc, I came to MSc. I didn't know how to get in BRC also. But that time communication, when I came to Pune, I didn't know how to handle a dial phone. मी तो फोन कानाला लावून उभं राहिलो. शॉपकीपर म्हणतो फोन कर ना. म्हणलं वाट बघतोय ऑपरेटर बोलायला. बिकॉज इन अहमदनगर देर वॉज व्हेरी फ्यू नंबर्स. कानाला लावल्यावर तो विचारणार कोणता नंबर जोडू. मी आपला वाट बघतोय. तो म्हटलं इथून निघून जा. मला अपमान वाटला. सो आय सेड ओके फर्स्ट आय विल लर्न हाऊ टू ऑपरेट ए डायल फोन. देन आय वेंट अँड आस्क्ड समबडी हाऊ टू ऑपरेट. देन ही टोल्ड. मला पुणे युनिव्हर्सिटीत फोन करायचा होता. एनिवे दॅट व्हेरी स्मॉल थिंग. वेन आय केम इन मुंबई आय डिडंट नो हाऊ टू ऑपरेट दॅट लिफ्ट. बिकॉज आमच्याकडे सगळ्या मॅन्युअल लिफ्ट. मी ते खालून उघडतोय ती एक्सप्रेस टॉवर मध्ये. माय अंकल वॉज ऑन एक्सप्रेस टॉवर 12th फ्लोअर. तर मी जिने चढून गेलो. धापा टाकीत त्याला म्हटलं आधी मला लिफ्ट कशी चालवायची दाखव. आय डिडंट नो. अँड फ्रँकली सच एस when I went in Cairo, that was my first time in experience. मी नंतर सांगेन आता त्या गोष्टी. So when I was I decided, and when I got in MSc first class, I applied for BRC because that was my aim, and I got the admission. So what I tell you that whether it is a coincidence, whether it is people say it is very difficult to get in admission. Many people didn't know what is BRC. When I said Baba Atomic Research Center, one top man in bank said, "Ha, Baba Atomic Research Center." मी म्हणलं नाही सर ऑटोमॅटिक नाही ऑटोमॅटिक. तू मला शिकवतो. व्हॉट आय कॅन से. आय से ओके. म्हणलं त्याला ऑटोमॅटिकही म्हणत असेल कदाचित किंवा तिथं रिसर्च ऑटोमॅटिक होत असेल. How do I know all those things? It was very difficult. How many of you don't understand classical Marathi? Not very. So with due permission from all of you, कारण पुरणपोळी दुधात कुस्करून खाय इंग्रजीत सांगता येत. पिठलं खमंग झालंय हे पण नाही. पिठलं काय म्हणणार आणि खमंग काय म्हणणार. ते पुरणपोळी मेक इट ए कुस्करून मेक इट ए स्लरी म्हणल्यानंतर त्याचं सगळी चवच गेली तोंडाची. सो some things I will use in Marathi with due respect to them. I will try to explain everything in English. पण ते एक्झॅक्ट ट्रान्सलेशन होईल तरखडकरांची क्षमा मागून. That is very difficult. So the point is that after listening to that lecture, what I am trying to tell you, the teachers are so deepastambha for you that even today, each lecture I feel that he is standing there. He passed away about 25 years ago, but I still feel standing him here corner, blessing me, telling me that yes, this is how I expect you to do the work. Don't run after money. I still find him standing there. And that is the influence of a teacher. Unfortunately, I mean, let us come back to normal life. How many of you want to be teachers? One. Are you just telling me for my satisfaction or? I will be very happy if 4 or 5 of you become teachers, because these days nobody want to become teachers. How many of you would like to become farmers? 1 or 2. Okay. Because if you don't become farmer, lunch time like खायचं. That is going to be situation tomorrow. Unfortunately, we are running so much after money. During my lecture, I will touch that aspect again and again. Money is not everything. Money has only finite value. If you get 2 times good lunch and dinner and good shelter, after that money is not important. What is important is to be a human being. म्हणजे माणसाने माणूस असण्याची गरज आहे. तुम्ही काय होणार माणूस होणार कोणीच उत्तर देत नाही. मी इंजिनियर होणार, मी हे होणार, मी ते होणार, पण माणूस होणार कोणीच सांगत नाही. आय वॉन्ट ए पर्सन टू बी ह्युमन बिईंग फर्स्ट. हे समोरच्या माणसाशी बोलताना त्याच्या चेहऱ्यावरचे भाव ओळखता आले पाहिजेत. दिवसभर असं एरंडेल चेहरा करून बसायचं आणि संध्याकाळी लाफ्टर क्लब मध्ये जाऊन हसायचं. हो एक्झरसाइज पाहिजे आम्हाला. I just can't follow today's lifestyle. त्या टीव्हीवरच्या सिरियल बघितल्यानंतर भारतात फक्त एक्स्ट्रा मॅरिटल रिलेशनशिपच आहेत की काय, किंवा नुसते ते दोन बायका ते एकमेकांना अशा बायक बघतात. ते स्टार टीव्ही लागतो माझ्याकडे, लागला की सुरुवातीला त्याच्यावरती ते अशा काही बघत असतात की मलाच भीती वाटते का ते, म्हणजे त्या नजरेमध्ये धाक असतो म्हणतात ना, त्याच्या प्रचंड धाक आहे त्याच्यात. I don't know how they, I mean, they're good actors. I don't. But the point is, we have got deviated in our daily life from what we should be. And that's what I will like to touch upon, these aspects of sustainability. What is meant by sustainability? My lectures are now sustainability, right? So what is meant by sustainability? I will begin with a story from Mahabharata. When Draupadi was going to Vanvas because of that fellow's youth, Dharmaraj, त्याच्यामुळे सगळ्यांना वनवासात जायचं. So Sri Krishna said, now you are taking all these 5 fellows there, how we are going to feed them? इथं